This episode of the Adam Carolla Show is brought to you by Simply Safe. Thanks for tuning into the Adam Carolla Show. You can watch the full show on YouTube. Just search Adam Carolla Show and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also get the podcast wherever you like to listen. And for extra content, ad-free episodes, and more, you can head over to our Substack and sign up today.
All right, everybody. Jay Mohr has hit the stage. For those listening at home, we're at the Jordan Family Event Center, and that's where all the Newman race cars are, all 13. I gave you guys a tour, kind of a fun hobby that my kids don't give a shit about, but I wish my dad had collected something instead of venereal diseases. No, he never had sex with anybody. Jay Mohr, I was thinking about coming up here today and talking to you because I realized that there was a movie called Bobby Deerfield. Do you guys remember the 70s race car movie with Al Pacino?
Yeah, which one of these is the gas?
And I thought, Al Pacino, it wasn't a big hit. He wasn't really convincing as a race car driver, I don't think.
How do they fit all these horses under the hood? This crowd needs to wake up. Hoorah!
Well, get into the mic a little more, Jay. I think that's what. That's what I'm saying. Then I thought to myself, I don't think Jay Mohr knows much about racing or cars.
Even though my dad raced.
Your dad raced?
SCCA, Northeast, like Lime Rock, Bridgehampton, Watkins Glen. He was a spec racer.
What?
That's why I always go by.
What?
What else? Yeah, Adam, maybe if you brought a fucking bio, you'd know this.
What? What did he race back in the day?
Spec racers.
Really?
Yeah.
Your dad? I didn't know that about the man.
Yeah, well, we never went on vacation as kids because he said we didn't have any money. And then as soon as all the kids graduated high school, all of a sudden there was a brand new race car in the driveway and he bought a yacht.
So your dad, Les Mohr, was an actual... No, it's not his first name, but that'd be...
Take it back, you son of a
It'd be
bitch.
great if his first name was Les, that's all.
Willie T. Mohr.
Willie T. Mohr, he went out racing after you guys got out of school.
I remember walking the track with him and stuff, yeah. And he knew Paul Newman, he knew Tom Cruise and all those guys and all those... Mike Joy and him are good friends from NASCAR.
Wow.
I mean, I hosted the NASCAR Awards 7 times.
7 times?
7 times. Last time, didn't go too well because of my drug addiction.
Oh, yeah.
I was so dehydrated on Adderall that I needed an IV in the writer's room. And in my mind, Adam, I was just showing them what lengths I was willing to go to stay in the fight and put on a good show. The NASCAR executives walk in, they just see a comedian hooked up to an IV, and it looked like what it was, like this guy's an obvious drug addict. Mm-hmm. And I thought I looked like, Willie Loman in there, just like a nice blue-collar guy from Jersey trying to get his writing on.
Well, NASCAR really shouldn't judge, because obviously its origins are born from running moonshine, right?
Yeah.
So, moonshine, 1941, Adderall, 2017. I mean, is there really...
You can fit a lot more Adderall in a stock car than you can moonshine.
You could feed an entire village Adderall.
Millions. You could use them as chairs by the time you got there.
The trunk of that Hudson Hornet could carry so many pills of Adderall. As a matter of fact, I remember the Five and Dime would have that competition. You'd have to guess how many Adderall pills were in the trunk of a Hudson Hornet.
Bring me in, I'll guess it to the dot.
So your dad raced. I did not know
Don't you
that.
remember me and Danica Patrick? It was on like the news that I don't like women because I roasted her at the NASCAR Awards. I said, Danica, she was sitting right there. I go, Danica, I hope you're not uncomfortable tonight. I know you're not used to sitting in the front. And they just did a cutaway of her mean mugging me.
Oh, that's a good joke.
It was a great joke. I made fun of Jimmy Johnson's stupid face for 10 minutes. Nothing.
Now
One joke about a woman.
I like all those Car Shield commercials she does. Her and evidently Ice Cube or Ice T. You know, they sit around and they go, do you have a car with more than 7 million miles on it? Engine replacement could be $4,100. And then they show poor people talking about getting a free transmission. I don't know. Maybe that stuff's smart. Maybe we should all sign up for it.
Yeah, and what's the deal with the reverse mortgage? Like, that's always on during the day. Because, you know, I don't work. I just lay around and take naps all day.
Yeah.
It's always like Joe Namath. I don't know when his ears got to be the size of radar dishes.
No. His ears stayed the same. His face got narrower.
Oh, yeah. You know,
He looks like an angelfish now.
Yeah. I can't believe he got AIDS.
No, listen. Tom Selleck's greatest role is selling a non-reverse mortgage.
Oh, it's not, I thought it was reverse mortgage.
I don't know what it is, but it's Tom Selleck's greatest role.
And how about Penn life insurance?
Oh yeah,
That's a big one too.
if you watch enough Fox, everything is for either life insurance, reverse mortgages, or some kind of fungus, which I guess awaits all of us one day.
Or moderate to severe psoriasis.
Yeah, the heartbreak of psoriasis.
And they all have show tunes. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. I used to shit my pants at work.
I do love it when they're doing a Busby Berkeley thing on a softball field.
It's like, what's this got to do with vaginal dryness?
One of the many side effects.
And in rare cases, death.
Could we do, listen, I'm not good friends with Robert Kennedy Jr., but I do have his phone number.
We should call him.
I should call him.
You should anytime. I meant
Well-
you said you call me anytime.
Can we, hold on, Robert, let me pitch this to you.
I'm all ears.
You're getting the vaccine schedule looked at, you've turned the pyramid, the food pyramid upside down, you're getting red dye number 17 out of the Cheetos. Could you do America this favor? Because I know you don't want to allow pharmaceutical advertisements on TV like they do in Europe, right? We shouldn't allow it. But listen, here's what I would say, because I know Pfizer and Upjohn and all these Lilly, all these pharmaceutical companies have pretty powerful lobbies, right? I'll meet you halfway. You can advertise your pharmaceuticals on TV, but no more warnings about the side effects. It's going to be 60 seconds of people dancing on a softball field, and then at the end, you go, talk to your fucking doctor. That's it. Not talk to your doctor, and here's what you guys might talk about. Just talk to your doctor. Because they say, talk to your doctor, and then they start talking about rectal bleeding.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to eat.
Yeah.
Just go and talk to your doctor. Like, it always drove me nuts when they had all those wonder cleaning things, you know, the sprays, you know. Remember when you were a kid, they go, works on RVs, works on boats, works on households, and then they go, works on anything. Well, just put that at the beginning. We don't need to go through all the specifics it works on. It said worked on it. Talk to your doctor. Done.
And make sure you take a cold plunge wearing blue jeans.
How about this? Why don't we get a guy like Chuck, somebody on your staff, and have them sign up for the reverse mortgage, have them get the Penn life insurance. Just send one guy through that never-ending buzzsaw. Like, 'cause somebody has to do it. We have to know what this all is.
I like the commercial where the old lady is sitting upstairs and there's a gold mine underneath her house. Yeah. Wake up, bitch. You've got equity. And she's sitting at her computer going, what was that? There's guys mining for gold underneath. They never show the other part of the commercial where a giant sinkhole opens up and the house collapses into it.
Sinkholes are on my agenda. Cold plunges with blue jeans on.
What happened to that guy? And by the way, his sister was interviewed on CNN, and she has the exact same voice. They're like, your brother, RFK Jr., she's like, don't get me started.
Really?
Yeah, like the whole family, like, I don't know, they gotta breathe, they got like a tube to breathe through, I don't know.
Yeah.
I could have come up with a better joke than that. The whole family got karate chopped in the throat.
They all got a trach.
I'll get there.
Oh, you guys, I don't know why this reminded me of the trach thing, but when I used to do Crank Yankers, the TV show, thank you. Once in a while, you'd be making a prank call, and the person was so angry that they would never sign off, and you could never use it. And the only time I had a guy on the other line go insane and threaten to kill me over the phone was I was doing a prank call. I was Mr. Burcham, and thank you. Mr. Burcham had a morbidly obese wife, right? And I worked out this whole scenario where she was going to get the gastric bypass surgery, which insurance would cover. But insurance would not cover the ambulance drive from my house to the hospital for her to get the surgery. And even though it was only like 6 miles away, that was going to be like $4,400. So I was calling moving companies, asking if they had a stake bed that we could get my wife in, you know? And I was saying, listen, I'll take her out. I'll take the bay window out of the living room. I can drive a forklift. I'll get her on that flatbed, and I'll flag her if any part's hanging over, you know? And all you got to do is drive 6 miles. You get $500, you know? And most of the guys I was talking to were kind of buying it. Like, all right, I get it. You don't want to pay $4,400 to an ambulance? And I told him I would, if I hit her with a cocktail of like Robitussin and NyQuil, she'd go under, and we could make her docile. We could move her, and I'd wrap her I'd ask if they had bubble wrap or padding blankets or something, you know, make her comfortable. And they were kind of going along with it. But one guy, I could tell, was making fun of my fat wife with his buddy at work. So he was like, she's 700 pounds? 700 pounds, Tim. Yeah. You want to move her with a truck? Yeah, and I realized, my character realized, and I said, I got really indignant. And I said, excuse me, but I'd prefer you not to make fun of my wife. She has a disease. She is morbidly obese. That is a disease, and you are making fun of her, and I'd appreciate it if you could reel it in a little. And the guy got back on his heels, and he goes, no, listen, I get it. I have a 5-year-old son who breathes through a trach hole, so I understand the disability. And I said, well, first off, your son brought that on himself. He was a smoker. My wife is innocent. And this guy just yelled, I'm going to kill you wherever you are. Wherever you are, I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you.
That's amazing. What did Bertram offer to pay the moving company instead of in lieu of the $4,400 for the ambulance?
It was, you know, like $400, $500 in Quiznos, you know, like, I mean, this was a scenario that made sense to me. The ambulance would charge X amount, moving, you could do it for $300, $400, no problemo, and I'm bringing lunch. And I had guys agreeing to do it.
We used to watch, in New York, they had public access. They had it here in LA too, but public access TV, you know, like Wally George was on it here and stuff. Yeah, and they had these two guys talking sports. It was a big fat guy and a little guy. Me and my roommate are stoned out of our heads watching this live, and you could call in. And I called in, I'm like, hey, it's Mike in Queens. They're like, hey, what can we do for you? And I go, I was just wondering where you got your shirt. And the big fat guy goes, all my clothing's from, I go, no, not you, the little guy. And he goes, I don't know. And I go, because I thought maybe you blew a gay guy for it. And the guy, in real time, looks into the camera and goes, your mother got me this shirt, you motherfucker. Like, he's going crazy. We're like ripping bong hits, like, ah! Like, we got to bring back live public access TV.
I used to do a show out of Eagle Rock Public TV. Does anyone go that far back? So I used to do a Saturday show called like Ask Mr. Builder Guy or something. It was like home improvement with some comedy, and I'd do it live out of the Eagle Rock studios. And I saw one of the old tapes recently, the phone number at the end, like call if you, it's just my home phone number in my apartment in Santa Monica. So that time I would just call, we just take live phone calls, and it would just, most of them were just guys. I'd pick up the phone and go, hey, what can I help you with? What's your home improvement question? And I'd just hear, fuck. Like I think the record was like 27 fucks before we hung up on him, and then, but that tape, weirdly, a couple years later, I met Jimmy over at K-Rock, and Jimmy was sort of like, you seem funny, but is there any tape of you doing anything? He was picturing, you know, tonight at the Improv or something like that. I said, the only tape I have is this public access thing where there's a potted plant, a guy yells fuck 28 times. And he said, let me check out that tape. And I was like, all right, it's just a public access or whatever. But I showed him that tape, must have been 1994, and he was like, it's good. Like, I get it. I get what you do. And then sort of went to work getting me on K-Rock after that, which is huge if you're from this neck of the woods, right? Yeah, hopefully we'll have that doc coming out pretty soon.
What was your first gig at K-Rock? Were you the sports guy, the weather guy, the
I was
guy?
Mr. Burcham, the home improvement guy. I was, Jimmy, I trained him to fight Michael the Maintenance Man in a boxing match, and then he was trying to get me on the radio, but he didn't have a lot of pull, and they said, he said, what do you do? And I said, I just hang around and crack wise. And he said, well, we don't need that because that's what Kevin and Bean do. So you're gonna have to come up with a character. And I said, I don't really do characters. And he said, well, you better figure it out and then call in Monday. So that's when I figured out Mr. Burcham. Mr. Burcham taught remedial wood at Louis Pasteur Middle School in Monrovia. And I worked out a whole life. His dog was named Sawbuck. He had the fat wife. Nick Higginstaller was his only student he liked. He hated every other student in his wood shop.
You'd be good like as a spy, as a spook, like with the cover story. Like you're good if you remember.
Oh, I even found out, you know where Mr. Burcham was from? Plentywood, Montana.
Plentywood.
I went and found it on a map. There's a place called Plentywood, Montana, and that's where Burcham hailed from because he loved woodworking so much.
I was going to go Wilkes Barre, but we'll go Plentywood.
Well, you know, before the smartphones and everything with you kids, you had to like get out an almanac and look at stuff. Like it was crazy, right?
Everybody had a big bush.
Everyone had a big bush and a Thomas guy.
Even guys now don't have it.
Guys, no.
You got a manscape.
Yeah, no bush. It's got to be rough being a crab these days. You know what I mean? These are lean years for the pubic lice.
You got to go straight eyebrows.
Yeah.
That's like penthouse to crabs.
Yeah.
Way better view.
I bet Japan doesn't have much of a crab issue. They're very tidy and they're hairless.
And then, who has the worst crab?
Armenia.
Yeah,
the Armos. That's a crab-laden nation right there. No disrespect. No disrespect.
No,
just a nation filled with crabs. All right, Jay.
What's the guy to woman ratio here? About 1,000 to 1?
No.
You really pack in your demo, don't you?
Listen. These dudes are salt of the earth. Right. When I say salt, I mean raises your blood pressure and almost free.
Half the room looks like they stormed the Capitol on January 2nd. They want to get there before the traffic.
Listen, I don't know. I know people must make fun of me for caring as much as I do about these old cars and the
I think
Japanese
it's great.
cars and all that stuff.
It bores me to tears.
I like it, and I will, and I do drive most of them, and it is. You do feel a connection. One thing I forgot to bring up when I was giving one of my 27 tours is there is a good story on this car, 2+2 turbo V6 300.
I'm gonna go to the
CI.
store. You guys want anything?
Anyway, it's got a 411 rear end, compression ratios 11:1, O-ringed heads. The headrest in that car is
Made out of
embroidered
manatee.
leather.
Sorry, I
It's
interrupted
leather.
you.
No, if you look at the headrest in the other cars, it's like just a piece of rubber. It's like a bump stop. That car has a hand-tooled, embroidered leather, red, white, and blue PLN in its initials. And it's this car right here, and I recommend at some point you guys pop your head and check it out. But it is embroidered. It's hand embroidered versus just sort of the bump stop for your helmet made out of plastic. And I talked to Bob Sharp, who built these cars for Paul and was a team. It was a Newman Sharp racing team. And I said to him, I said, Bob, did you make that headrest for Paul? Like, how did that get on the car? And he said, we wouldn't have done that. Extra time, little extra weight, dudes, they just want to go fast. He said, Joanne Woodward was doing a lot of needlepoint and like a lot of making belts and leather belts, and her and actually deep cut Sam Posey, who was a famous racer, Sam Posey's wife and Newman's wife would do a lot of needlework. So evidently Joanne made that headrest for Paul to be installed in this car. And I know some of you are thinking about running out to your car and grabbing the vice grips and walking away with it. If that goddamn thing is missing at the end of the day, we got a Ring doorbell camera every 4 feet in this house. But yeah, that is one of the stories I forgot to tell you about that car. And like I said, if you want to see footage of these cars driving with either me or Newman, it's on the internet.
Acre Gold, we've all lost $30 on a random lunch or a streaming service we don't ever use. Acre Gold lets you turn that lost money into physical 24-karat Swiss gold. You pick a plan, your balance builds, and once you hit the price of a bar, they ship it straight to your front door. Real gold in your hand at your house. And for the collectors out there, they just dropped a limited edition Hot Wheels collection. Am I right, Dawson?
While you're checking them out, claim your free entry to the Speed Club Sweepstakes. They're giving away a 1-gram Hot Wheels gold bar, plus a massive grand prize, the 10-gram, 24-karat gold Hot Wheels bar. Both come in official collector packaging, and they are up for grabs right now. Start stacking for just $30 at getacregold.com/Adam. That's getacregold.com/Adam. Subscribe today.
Home Chef. Well, after the holiday chaos, the last thing you want to do is overthink dinner. Home Chef, they've been great for that. Fresh food shows up, pre-portioned, and the recipes are simple enough that even I won't screw them up. Home Chef makes cooking simple. Fresh food, delivered, easy recipes to follow, and meals that actually taste great. I've had everything from easy sheet pan dinners to heavier cold weather stuff, and it all feels and tastes like real food because it is. Not science project food, good, hearty food. It's Home Chef, right, Dawson?
For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/ACS or Adam. That's homechef.com/ACS or Adam. for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/ACS or Adam. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert.
Jay.
Yes, sir.
I haven't fully exploited you doing different voices up here. And I was thinking, what would it sound like if Norm Macdonald just won the Indy 500?
Oh, my God.
And I was interviewing him. Norm.
Oh, my God. That took forever, you know.
Yeah, now you're driving for Penske this year.
I am?
Yeah, Norm, come on, it's on the side of the car.
I don't know. I tell you that Penske, that Roger Penske guy, you know.
Yeah.
I go, hey, I got an idea. Seat coolers.
Norm's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight for a race car.
You know what's a lot of weight is the salmon swimming up the crack of my arse right now.
You just won the Indy 500. I mean, a race that's 100 years old. It's historic. It's absolutely amazing. You put the car on the pole.
Secret, Adam. I'm an old chunk of coal, and it's no brickyard, but I'll tell you, I enjoy crossing that finish line and knowing that everyone behind me lost.
Oh, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, I'm the only guy that didn't lose. Like 30 guys start that race. And you know what's funny? Every guy, they're staying there, they're sitting in their cars there, you know, and they'll go, I got a real shot to win this, you know. I've trained my whole life. And then they all lose, you know.
Now, what would it sound like if Joe Pesci won
What the fuck?
500?
Joe Pesci? How the fuck? Where are you gonna put the phone book for me to sit on, you stuttering prick?
I'm saying you got pole position, you led almost the entire race, Joe.
With that big tinted animal with my big thing of milk. You prick you.
Don't they give you a big thing of milk when you
Yeah, it's tradition. You gotta drink the milk.
All right, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I should have thought this out a little bit before. You got all day to organize your thoughts here. I'm sitting here all by myself trying to do Joe Pesci at the finish line. What's the goddamn flag that says there's one more lap to go? I can't even see over the goddamn steering wheel. I gotta sit on a phone book and everything, Henry. I'm trying to bang these broads. Adam, you wanna help me out? My pit crew, bunch of jerks, whole pit crew jerks.
Oh, really? Not good guys?
Whole pit crew jerks, all rats, whole bunch of rats.
They changed the tires and refueled you in 21 seconds.
Yeah, 2 out of 4, that's what I'm talking about.
What would it sound? What would Harvey Keitel sound like?
Look, I understand you're gonna challenge the results of the race. But don't make any mistake. I won the goddamn race. And that's okay.
Do you guys know who Harvey Keitel is? Well, then make some noise. Don't spook the thoroughbred.
Look, I understand you took last place. You're super fucking pissed. It's not my fault. You got a goddamn barbecue attached to your back bumper.
It was like Pesci signing
Had a little bow. I was thinking on the way here about the most specific car song ever, which is Shut Down by the Beach Boys. And you guys will know it.
You mean most specific, like saying exactly what the car, as opposed to Gary Newman. You're in my car.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm in a car.
Well, so like when you listen to Deep Purple's Highway Star, the lyrics of that song is like, my car goes 1,000,000 miles an hour, it's got big fat tires and everything. Like it's not very specific. Big fat tires doesn't, it's not really
British?
racing terminology. They're British, so they're already on the wrong side of the road. But the Beach Boys tack it up. You guys know the song? I mean, it's Shut Down. You know the one?
No.
Tack it up, buddy, gonna shut you down. It happened on the strip where the road is wide. Right.
Stand up.
Yeah, my fuel injected cigarette, 413, or rather, you know that one, right? I thought if I read you those lyrics, would you know what they meant? Would Jay Mohr know?
My engine light goes on, I call AAA. I'm an idiot.
I told Andrew to load up those lyrics.
Andrew from Philadelphia.
Andrew from Philadelphia. All right,
This is the most rested I've ever seen Andrew in my life.
All right, tack it up, buddy gonna shut you down. It happened on the strip where the road is wide. Two cool shorts standing side by side. My fuel-injected Stingray and a 413.
That's a Stingray.
Yeah.
Stingray's a Corvette.
Corvette.
And it's fuel-injected, which
Fuel
means
injected.
it's not running out of...
And what about, and the 413?
That's the size of the engine.
Ooh, that's good. We know what kind of car it is.
Cubic inches, 413?
Yeah, that's good. 413.
It's a Chevrolet.
Max Wedge Dodge.
Oh, Dodge Corvette?
No. It's his fuel-injected Stingray and a 413, which
I
is
missed that part.
It's the
I missed
Dodge
the
Dart going against the Corvette, right? Revving up the engines, and it sounds
That means
real
you're hitting the
good.
gas. That means you're hitting the gas pedal.
Yes, revving up the engine. You got it. All right. Tack it up. You know what tack it up means?
T or P? Tack?
Tack with a T.
No.
Tachometer.
Oh.
Rev it up.
Okay.
Tachometer, right? All right. Buddy, gonna shut you down. Declining numbers in an even rate. At the count of one, we both accelerate.
Is that the tree?
The Christmas tree.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we got that.
I'm doing all right.
Doing all right.
I'm smart. I'm not
My
dumb,
Stingray is light. The slicks are starting to spin.
That's his tires.
Right? But the 413's really digging in.
That's the other car.
That's the other car. That's the
getting a little
Dodge.
nervous.
That's the Dodge Dart with the Max Wedge engine in it. Super stock Dodge is widening out and low, but my fuel-injected Stingray is really starting to go. To get the traction, I'm riding the clutch. My pressure plate's burning. That machine's too much.
He's going to a lower gear to get better traction. No.
No. To get the traction, he's riding the clutch. So he doesn't dump the clutch and spin. He's nursing the clutch.
Kind of like a Skip Barber heel-toe racing.
Oh, we pulled a Skip Barber reference out. He's riding the clutch. His pressure plate's burning. That machine's too much.
No idea.
The clutch is the actual disc, and the pressure plate is what you engage and disengage with your foot. So when your foot's all the way off, the pressure plate is engaged. When you push it in, it disengages. If you're riding it, it's spinning on the pressure plate and burning it up.
Okay.
Hot clutch talk. Come on, ladies. You know you love it. All right.
I can hear the vaginas drying right now.
Pedals to the floor.
Is there a woman here that knows what's happening? 1, 2,
Pedals.
3, 4.
Well, first off,
I asked earlier, you didn't put your hands up. You don't get to hop in late if you're a chicken.
You gotta love the Beach Boys, because this wasn't a song, it was a Chilton's guide. It was like literally a manual to rebuild a car in their song. Now it's all this wet-ass pussy talk. Well, I mean, come on, we've come a long way from burning up pressure plates to WAP, or WAP, or whatever the hell
So
it is.
Dennis Wilson's the only Beach Boy that actually surfed. So which of the Beach Boys do you think actually raced?
Oh, I don't think any of them did, but...
Did they write it? Because that's so specific.
Well, there's more. Now, you guys know...
Oh, great.
Dennis Wilson, Dennis Wilson was buried at sea. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
But buried at sea doesn't mean your ashes scattered to the sea. It means you are dumped in the ocean. You guys know that? And you know it's illegal to bury someone at sea who was not in the Navy or part of the Coast Guard or whatever, and he wanted to be buried at sea, which is weird because he died by burying himself at sea.
Right.
He literally drowned, and then they pulled him back up, and they were like, oh, now we want to bury you back where we pulled you back up from. Like I could have saved him a step, you know what I mean? But it's illegal to bury someone at sea who wasn't in the Coast Guard, and he got a letter from Ronald Reagan saying,
Dear Dennis.
and like Ronald, it's not to Dennis.
Well,
It's not to Dennis. Dennis is dead.
would you like a jelly bean?
Yeah, no, we can get some Mike and Ike's. We just need a piece of paper that says it's okay. You know the Beach Boys, right?
Oh, I sure do.
Okay. So you know that song, Shut Down, with the pressure plates burning?
He rides the clutch.
He's riding the clutch, all right.
Like I wrote Gorbachev
That's-
to tear down that...
That's why he is the great communicator. He knows everything. The guy who wrote that song was in the Beach Boys.
Dennis Wilson.
Dennis Wilson.
I sure like eggs.
You like eggs?
Are we doing like 88 Reagan?
Yeah. We need you to just sign a quick note saying we can bury him at sea, Ronald.
Oh, just hand it to him like a kid's menu. They get to play the games.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Why is it illegal to be buried at sea?
I just...
Not ashes, that's legal.
We're pretty heavily regulated in the corpse department. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, civilization was 1 billion years of literally just burying people wherever they died. You know what I mean? It's like you died on a trail, you got buried on a trail, or you got left on a trail. And everyone just sort of took care of their own, right? And it was totally unregulated. And then at some point, Big Funeral got involved. Big Funeral. That's right.
It's quite a lobby.
They got involved, and the next thing you know, I paid $13,000 for my father-in-law's casket.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
No, is that your father-in-law? Jesus Christ?
Yes. It's one thing to say,
Wait, how
take $13,000 and just throw it in a hole in the ground, but that's literally what I did.
Who still wants to be buried in a cemetery? That seems so... Like, that's my biggest fear, like claustrophobia.
Yeah.
By the way, when you drive by a cemetery, no one living is in it. Like, every stone you see in there was 2 days of people like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get over it. They fucking get over it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody goes to visit.
No, I mean...
Italians go.
Italians and, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, but I mean,
There you go.
I want to be cremated. I told my wife, put me in an urn at both my sons and just put me next to the TV. Because that's all I want to do is watch TV. In eternity. I think that's a Leonard Cohen lyric.
Or you could watch TV.
Huh?
You want to be positioned so you can see the screen or above the screen on
Just,
the
I just want
mantle?
to be with the family as
To be
they
with
watch
the
their
family.
shows. Yeah.
But do you want to be that close? Because they're going to start shit talking moments after you die.
Great.
I'd give his Pesci a 5, honestly.
Today, yeah.
Maybe a 6 on a good day. I mean, it wasn't what you
Where
call
the fuck do you get your balls big enough to give my Joe Pesci a file like a fucking prick?
Jay's fine. He's not Rich Little. Let's be honest.
I would haunt the shit out of my family. For real, I'd haunt.
You'd haunt?
Oh, I would fart in my son's bedrooms. They would know.
Oh, yeah.
How great is that to have sons? You just open their bedroom door, just close the door.
Yeah.
Why? That's what you hear in my house all day. Why?
The ghost hunters always find a cold spot in the house where the ghost is. It's never improper insulation.
Those guys are so full of shit.
It's never
Those
like they
ghost
didn't put
hunter
a
guys.
door sweep on this door and the cold's getting in. It's always a ghost. You know what I mean?
They're so full of shit, those. And I believe in ghosts, but those guys are bullshit artists. Like, listen to the recording. You can clearly hear the ghost say, go outside and step in front of traffic and die. Listen carefully. No, listen. This is proof that the place is haunted. The ghost says, go outside and stand in front of traffic so you die. Listen carefully. Me. And you're like, that sounded like me. And then they slow it down.
Slow it down.
Me.
Yeah. But look, I took this infrared camera, and you can see cool zones over here next to the window that's open, and then warmer zones next to the radiator heater on the other side of the room, and there's another cool zone in the refrigerator. Yeah, okay.
You ever see that thing they do where they got like AI, like stick figure dancing around on screen where the ghost is supposed to be? Like you're sitting in a chair, and right next to you it's like, they're like, oh my God, it's right next to you. It's just like, ragdoll, that is little cutie.
Also, it's always weird that we're haunted by either an old woman or a young girl who lost her dolly, which, if you think about it, I could sleep through that. Like if somebody said, hey, Adam, there's a 7-year-old girl who lost her dolly, I'd be like, well, we'll talk about it in the morning. But they never really haunt, if they really want to instill fear in you, it'd be like, who's haunting my house? A gay longshoreman.
Yeah.
And he's a top, and I'm a belly sleeper, and this is a situation that needs to be dealt with now. The girl lost her dolly. She can wander through my attic for as long as she fucking wants. This gay longshoreman, who's a power top, this needs to be addressed.
You just hear down the hallway, woo!
He sounds like Paul Lynde.
Yeah! Are you really a belly sleeper?
I'm a belly sleeper.
How do you breathe?
I turn my head, it's so sad, but when I was a kid, my mom, who was a hippie, and my mom had all those 70s hippie thoughts, like if you sit too close to the TV, you'll get radiated, or if you use a microwave, you'll get cancer, or if you fucking make your kid a sandwich, you'll die. All those tropes from the 70s. If you hug your son, he'll turn to ash. She read somewhere in between Yule Gibbons telling her to eat a pine cone. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't remember Yule Gibbons? You remember. This one does. Yule Gibbons was for grape nuts. And he was a naturalist. By the way, the thing that's always funny about Jimmy Fix, the long distance runner, or Yule Gibbons, the naturalist, these two just never saw their 70th birthday. Keith Richards is smoking a cigarette, drinking a pint right now somewhere, and he's 85, right? So screw it. Now, he used to tell you many parts of the pine cone are edible. And my mom listened. She's like, we're having pine cones tonight, bro. My mom picked dandelions from the backyard and boiled them. We had weeds.
Supposed to be good for your stomach.
Yeah, it's all good. So my mom heard that a pillow was bad for your neck, and it screwed up your posture or something. So she took my pillow, and I then simulated my pillow by using my arms. So she took the pillow, and I just put my arms underneath my head, and I slept on my arms.
And then you got raped by a ghost.
And then I was raped by a longshoreman who lost his dolly.
No, you were his dolly.
I became his dolly. All right,
now we're cooking.
Back to Shutdown. There's more. Pedals to the floor. You're the dual quad drink.
That is a hotel in Milwaukee.
All right. And now the 413 lead is starting to shrink. He's hot with ram induction, but it's understood I got a fuel-injected engine sitting under my hood.
I got a little ram induction tonight when I get home.
Oh, yeah?
Hoping.
Tell that to the longshoreman. Cross ram. Quad ram induction is the max wedge 413 with 2 4-barrel carburetors downdraft.
This all sounds like gay porn to me. Say exactly what you just said, and imagine it's gay guys in a bar talking.
The 413 has quad ram induction, which is a 4-barrel Holly double pumper and downdraft.
A dump?
Double pumper downdraft.
Double pumper.
Double
That's gay,
pumper.
bro.
All right, one more voice out of you. What if Let's see. What if Christopher Walken won the Indy 500?
Well, I can't wait to make my jump to NASCAR. You can't live with these kinds of cars your whole life. At some point, you have to sell out to corporate. Yeah. Yeah, but it was a good race. I put my foot on the gas pedal more often than they did. And yeah, see,
Christopher,
yeah, of course.
they normally just say NASCAR. They don't go NAS. You know.
Well, it depends on where you're from. But we got a big secret out there on the track that no one else has. Yeah, that pedal on the left, the brake. Yeah, my car doesn't have that.
No brake.
No brake.
Just the gas.
No brake.
No brake?
There's no brake.
So just the gas.
Just gas, no brakes.
So
There's
that's
no brakes.
Okay, I know. Don't get violent, but that's the key.
That's why we win all the time.
The key for you is never slowing the car down.
If I slow down, it's because I took my foot off the gas for a nanosecond.
Just a part of a second.
An eyelash.
Just an eyelash. A whisper. A whisper. Okay. So you're saying no brake?
No brakes.
Steering wheel, right?
Everything's right off the line, classic, except we just took the brake pedal out because they weigh too much. The brake pads gone.
No pads.
Nothing.
You running discs or drums?
No, you don't understand what I'm saying, Mr. Carolla.
Okay, don't get persnickety.
There's nothing. There's nothing in that car that will allow you the idea of slowing down. You gotta put your pedal to the metal like the Beach Boys song.
So you're saying, Mr. Walken, you just do that big Indy oval with never any thought for braking?
Never a thought.
And then what happens when you have to pit? How do they slow you down?
Well, my pit crew is entirely made of bats.
Bats?
Bats.
So they go alongside the car?
They fly alongside the car. I slow it down to about 104, and the bats, I got a special eye thing that I do. I give them the old eyeball, and they come flying out of the belfry alongside the car. They change out the tires, and they go, "Oh, this car's got no brakes."
It sounds almost unbelievable.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
With a bat?
With a bat. The bats, they're a great...
You said the bats skin the cats?
No, well, you take it and put words in my mouth. This is mainstream media right here.
You saying I'm fake news?
No. I said you're mainstream media. You're Adam Carolla, for God's sakes. I'm just saying, my pit crew, it used to be hawks, but the hawks would get distracted by rodents and certain legumes that they saw growing that look like a rodent. But the bats, they don't get distracted. They see my car going by, and that's why if you look at the side of my car, it just looks like assorted fruits.
Christopher Walken, everybody.
Thank you.
Jay Mohr.
Quote, if your business is still running like a game of telephone gone wrong, it's time to fix that. Don't settle for a bunch of people asking who's handling this. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Quo. That is Q-U-O, the smarter way to run your business communications. Quo works wherever you are and lets you keep your existing number. Quo isn't just a phone system, it's a smart system. Quo's AI automatically logs calls and generates summaries. It's helped my business a lot, and I'm sure it could help yours too. It's Quo. Right, Dawson?
Make this the time where no opportunity and no customer slips away. Try Quo for free. Plus, get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/Adam. That's QUO.com/Adam. Quo. No missed calls. No missed customers.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Maybe you've heard me talk about O'Reilly. I love this place. There's 2 that I go to in my neighborhood. Friendly, courteous folks, knowledgeable. If I have a car issue, it's always off to O'Reilly. They've got thousands of parts in stock, either in store or You can go online. So you never have to worry if you're in a jam. They got your back. They also test your battery, and they'll do it for free, and they'll help you replace it. They'll find you the right size because every car nowadays got its own battery going. So whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll see the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are helpful and they're friendly. O'Reilly is your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. It is O'Reilly Auto Parts, right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Adam, this is Dan in Cave Junction, Oregon. I think you might have been a little bit hard on Swalwell because in order to eradicate rape in California, he had to become a rapist.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, good point. Rudy's got some news, but since that guy brought up Swalwell, there's a Ted Lieu. You know, but it strikes me. I know this sounds racist, but I don't think it is.
Hang on, let me get a pen.
I don't know. Ted Lieu is Asian, and Ro Khanna's Indian, and usually two of the smarter breeds. But California politicians are so fucking dumb that even the smart breeds are retarded.
So dumb. Like Padilla.
They're like, well, yeah, but Mexicans aren't known for their skill behind the chessboard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm saying there's plenty of dumb Mexicans. You got to search far and wide for an Indian and an Asian that are dumb, but we get them here in California. Maybe we convert them to dumb. Maybe it's not their fault. I'm sure their parents are upset. So Ted Lieu, like I said, there's corrupt Asians and there's corrupt Indians, but you don't really get the dumb ones. Ted Lieu's dumb. I don't know what his heritage is, but you can. It takes you a while to find a really dumb Asian, and he is it. But he didn't know anything about the Swalwell situation. We can play you that clip.
Convenient.
Very convenient.
I had no idea until I read the San Francisco Chronicle article when it was published.
Okay.
And I believe Representative Swalwell did the right thing by resigning.
Roseanne. Wait, what did he say? Roseanne
That's not
Swalwell?
Representative.
Oh, he was saying representative. Oh, let me hear that again. I thought he said Roseanne Swalwell.
Yeah.
I had no idea until I read the San Francisco Chronicle article when it was published. And I believe Representative Swalwell did the right thing by resigning.
He said Roseanne Swalwell. But anyway, all right, representative. All right, so here's what I want to say. Are you guys ready?
Please.
These people, and this would be Adam Schiff and Ted Lieu and all the assholes, they all knew Trump was colluding with Russia for 4 years. That information they got, except for that never happened. So that they were completely aware of. The guy who was sitting next to them and going out to lunch with them, who was a rapist, they knew nothing about that. So they knew what was going on in Russia and Putin. 4 years they somehow had access to all this information that no one else had access to, but could not discern the rapist amongst them. That sounds fishy. It sounds fishy to me.
Yeah.
I feel so. You knew about the thing that didn't happen, but you didn't know about the thing that did happen. That your sleuthing skills are pretty weak. Oh, here's not Swalwell, sorry, Adam Schiff.
Do you still have questions about who knew what when about his behavior?
Well, I don't know what others may have known. I can tell you that I certainly didn't know that he was involved in any conduct.
Right, but you knew all about Russia.
Along the lines of what
you
is
knew all about
announced
Russia. Every week there was a new bombshell that was going to burst about Russia and you knew all of it, but you don't know anything about your buddy who's a rapist. Stateside. You don't have to go all the way to Russia for that information. Oh, that's interesting. And what else do you know about and not know about? And what's coming next? And what shall we listen to you about? Next time you tell us, I know about something, how should How should we absorb that? Fucking lying douchebag. And by the way, what else don't you know? Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're in charge. You seem to have some sort of crystal ball.
Yeah. These are the guys that cried wolf way too many times, and it's starting to come back and bite them in the ass a little bit. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not enough, though.
Yeah.
Unaware. He was unaware. This is the definition of stupid or liar.
Yes.
He's either fucking stupid, and I don't think he is, or he's lying, but he was also lying about Russia, too. I don't know what happened. 4 years of you got a bunch of information. Where is it? What's going on? And by the way, hey, news outlets, would you do your fucking job? This guy gaslit you for 4 years. He lied to you for 4 years. He ran a Ponzi scheme on CNN for 4 years and no hard feelings. No follow-up questions, no nothing. No, Adam Schiff wants to come on and talk about the Dreamer Act. Yeah, fuck that guy. He lied to us for 4 years. Now,
he lied to us about the thing that we are also
happy.
We're happy about.
We did it too.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
I guess you may be right. All right. Also, this I was looking at this Memdani supermarket thing.
Yeah.
I was laughing about it, but I'll tell you why I'm laughing about it. We'll play the clip. This is his $30 million supermarket that's going to open. I don't know how it works. So here's their plan. He's going to open up a supermarket down the street from your supermarket that your family runs, except your family has to pay taxes and a mortgage or rent on their supermarket. But then the competition down the street is government subsidized. They don't have to pay mortgage, rent, or taxes. So aren't they going to ruin your business?
Yeah.
This is what I've been telling these assholes the whole time. I got into this with Gavin Newsom. Illegal selling flowers on the street undercuts the business who's the florist who has to pay workman's comp and insurance and all of that stuff that you guys impose upon him. He's now being undercut. So he's going to open the government supermarket, which always works out great. I think they tried it in like Kansas City or something. It's a shit show. Here's the thing about the government supermarket. The government supermarket is basically like the plastic pumpkin with the Reese's Pieces in it and the family that's out of town for Halloween. That shit will work in my neighborhood, but not when you go to the poor neighborhood. It doesn't work in the poor neighborhood. You could probably do the government market in Beverly Hills and maybe Malibu or Santa Monica. If you did a government market and you just went, it's going to be in the middle of Malibu, but we're just going to limit it to people who live in Malibu, you could pull it off. Fat, dumb, poor people on Snap, that shit ain't going to work. People that fight people behind counters at Popeyes because they're out of dipping sauce, that market is not going to work with those people. The pumpkin works in a good neighborhood.
Sure.
The pumpkin does not work in a shit neighborhood, and the market's in a shit neighborhood with poor, dumb people who you guys look at as super hardworking and just sort of down, out on their luck or down and out, but it's not. It's dumb, lazy, poor people. I grew up with these people. I was sitting around and calculating it while I was on the road because I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the last few weekends. Nobody in my family, my entire life, ever worked a Saturday. Not once. My grandmother had a full-time job, but she worked for the VA. There's no Saturday. My dad was like school teacher, whatever. My mom didn't work. And then my stepdad worked for Lockheed. But no one... You know what, to be fair to my dad, later on, late in life, may have done a little therapy on a Saturday, but also didn't really work during the week.
Well, to be fair, Adam, you had a lot of sporting events and a lot of things that the family had to attend on a Saturday.
That's true.
So
That's
they couldn't
true.
work
Pop
on a
Warner,
Saturday.
the days were filled with Pop Warner football. All right, so let's stop calling all... I was yelling at Rudy. All right, I'll play this clip and then remind me with the gym. Saw her in the hotel.
Grocery prices are out of control.
Out of
the cost
control.
of eggs and milk has skyrocketed.
All right, pause. All right, me and Drew looked it up. Eggs are between 19 and 30 cents a piece. That's what eggs are. So a 3-egg omelet is under $1. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Not too shabby in this day and age, right?
Yeah, we're back to eggs being $1.50 for a 12-pack of them, and nobody's gone back and been like, "Oh, thanks for getting those egg prices back down again."
And also, it's like the most complete food you could eat.
Yeah.
You could probably live just off of eggs. This is my thing with like these poor people living in food deserts. Take a dozen eggs, hard boil a dozen eggs. You're done with lunch for that week. You don't like it. It's not a chicken nugget, but it's good for you. All right. So anyway, eggs are super expensive, even though they're 20 cents a piece. I guess you bought more eggs than I have. You would know.
I literally bought 4 hard-boiled eggs on my way to the studio today to eat, and they were cheap. I just got them at the gas station.
All right. So eggs and milk and bread are super expensive, except for everyone can afford it. But let's keep going with this soliloquy here.
Grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day, depending on what they can get away with.
All right, hold on a second. Does anyone have any fucking idea what the fuck he's talking about? Jacking up prices during the day.
Yeah.
So you go in and you grab some top ramen for $1.29, and as you're walking to the counter, some guy with a gun just tags it up for $4.
Yeah.
So like, oh no, it's Tuesday, it's 3 p.m. We can get a few more bucks out of it. I don't know what the. Sorry, there's a moth coming at me. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
I've never seen this. Trader Joe's is just Trader Joe's all day, every day. It's more than it was 10 years ago, but it's still cheap and it's still the same, and they're all the same. And or you can go to Gelson's, and then Gelson's is really expensive.
It's not Uber. It's not like you go at 7 a.m. and the Toblerone is $1.50, but then you go at 3 p.m. and it's $6.
There's dynamic pricing. You get it? They're gouging us like Exxon and Mobil are gouging the people who live in California for their gas, except for no one else, and it's really the government that's gouging. But okay. They start with here's what they do. They start with a bullshit premise. The whole premise is bullshit. Eggs and milk are too expensive. That's their jumping off point. Stuff that's 20 cents a piece. Again, 3-egg omelet, under $1. Okay. Milk, I don't know, $2 for a quart, whatever. That's a jumping off point. Then they start going into a lie about gouging and dynamic pricing. Does anyone know what they're talking about when he says dynamic pricing? Does anyone know what that is?
I know what that's supposed to mean.
I know it's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
It's supposed to mean Exxon is gouging you in California,
Right.
but they're not. You guys overregulate them. But all right, let's see what else. Also, I know this drives Andrew insane, and maybe Nick Shirley needs some his way too, which is the mic has a clip. Clip it on your fucking lapel and talk. Don't hold it in front of your face. It's a clip on my. Has anyone ever seen a talk show where you're sitting there next to Conan O'Brien or something and you're holding the mic? You clip the mic on. It's got a clip.
This is something I've noticed is universal in government, all through press conferences, whatever, campaign stops. Nobody hires an audio engineer. No one tells these people how this actually works.
Clip it the fuck on your lapel. But anyway, he's holding the mic, talking about dynamics. All right, so we're getting gouged, depending on what time of the day it is. Here we go.
Doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zahran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores.
It's gonna be
whose mission
awesome.
is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you. They'll partner with small businesses and nearby farms and sell at wholesale prices. The job of city government isn't to tinker around the edges while 1 in 4 children across our city go hungry.
All right, hold on. 1 in 4 in the city of New York are going hungry. So 25% of women, I should say kids, in New York, 25% of them are hungry, are going to bed hungry. But I looked it up. More than 40% of them are obese. So there's some fat ass kids that are hoarding all the food. He should go find the fat kids who are taking the food away from the hungry kids, right?
Yeah.
So how does that math work out?
Surplus.
25% are hungry, and then almost 50% are obese. So we got to start blaming the fat kids, right? They're taking too much food?
Yeah. How about a little less Subway, a little bit more walking? Waddle your fat ass on down to the old city grocery store.
Also, this is more bullshit. Like, you really think there's 25% kids that are hungry? By the way, when kids are hungry, Dr. Drew was telling me, because I was a hungry kid, you snap into action. Like, when you're fucking hungry, you see guys walking out of a Subway and you're like, hey, man, can I have half that sandwich? Like, you'll pick shit out of the garbage.
Sure.
Like, you will act like it. I've never seen that in New York. I only see fat kids.
There's a municipal liquor stores in Minnesota. Well, the city that I lived in had a couple of them, and they had the audacity to put something in the mail to all of the residents saying, hey, we know there's a brand new big box store down the street that's selling all the wine and beer that you love at half the price that we are, but if you stop shopping with us, we're going to go ahead and we might have to jack up property taxes.
Right.
So I wrote them back an email and said, how about this? How about you guys, if you could, do me a solid, if I can prove, if I go out and I get a DUI or I do something stupid on the alcohol that you sold me, and I can prove I bought it at a municipal liquor store, I then get no I get no charges. Yeah, no repercussions. Nothing happens. I'm good. And they went, yeah, it doesn't work that way. And I was like, well, of course it doesn't work that way because you guys are just trying to get more money out of us.
All right, sorry, back it up a little. I'm curious again about how the dynamic pricing works. We'll just play from there. So supermarkets are Has anyone been in a supermarket when prices were going up as you were shopping? I don't think I've ever experienced that. But all right, here we go. Oh,
yeah, it's like when you go to Google to get a flight, and then it's in the red where it says very high or moderate at different times.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane that they think we would buy into some of this bullshit.
The class warfare is to really just get dumb people agitated and that can vote for them. I'll give you I have a war on poor people and dumb people. That's my thing because I grew up with those people. All right, Dawson, if we don't have it, we have an issue. That's fine. Here it is. Sorry.
Are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way.
What they can get away with.
As mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores.
It's got to have a music bed too,
produce.
You know.
We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores, whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you. They'll partner with small businesses and nearby farms and sell at wholesale prices.
Happy
The job of
people.
city government isn't to tinker around the edges while 1 in 4 children across our city go hungry.
All right, let me say something. First off, the Democrats have a artist rendering version of their plan, and then there's the reality of their plan, which is always a shit show. But it's funny to look at the artist rendering of the bullet train or the 7th Street Bridge or Mamdani and his supermarkets. They have a happy drawing of it. Never works out. Listen, poor people, dumb people, they're going to have to start getting their shit together. That's basically what I'm talking about. I'm uniquely qualified to talk about this because I hung around with poor, lazy people my entire life. I saw exactly how they operate. And then I hung out with rich people. Rich people are better. They work harder, they put more in, and they're generally more reliable, prompter, they care more, and they're a fuck of a lot more responsible, and they take care of their kids and so on and so forth. This poor but proud thing, it's basically the same shit they do with American Indians. Like, look at these brave, hardworking. That guy's fat. He's an alcoholic and he gambles all day. Like, what is it? You're looking at a drawing of somebody, not a reality of somebody. So I just got back from Phoenix, and I was staying at the rich white guy facility big, beautiful compound.
Yeah, the RWF.
Yes, the rich white guy
facility.
And I went into the gym, and the place was packed with skinny, oldish white people. Every treadmill was packed. And I thought, I got a little spoiled because traveling and going to all the places we go to, coming back from Nebraska and staying at the fair to Midland kind of lower echelon hotels, the one thing you could count on was an empty gym all the time.
Yeah.
The free buffet was always packed with fat people, but the gym was always empty. So then I walked in and like the gym was kind of weird. What I was doing is I was on the phone with Dr. Drew, and I'll do the treadmill and talk to Drew the whole time. But I don't really want a person to my right and a person to my left while I'm yelling at Dr. Drew on the phone. And normally, I just go into the empty gym and get on the treadmill. There's nobody in there. This time, someone on my right, all the treadmills were filled up. And then I realized at the shitty hotels, the poor, fat, dumb people eat all the free food, but nobody hits the treadmill. And I realized at the rich white guy hotel, they're all in the gym. And even if they had a free buffet, powdered eggs and fake waffles and whatever these guys have, I don't think these guys would be down with it. And everyone goes, oh, they have money. It's like when people go, these celebrities, they have a personal trainer. If I had a personal trainer, no. They got more discipline than you do. You can do push-ups in your prison cell and be fucking jacked.
Yeah, Rob Lowe has a saying where he went to go reach for a donut one time and he stopped himself and someone said, hey, go ahead and eat that donut. He was like, headliners don't eat donuts. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Headliners don't eat donuts.
So I really realize this problem we have, even though the poor people who are mired in shame want to constantly do this class warfare bullshit, like rich people got to pay their share, and then these guys who are carpetbaggers like Mandami, who are hustlers basically, realize there's a lot more poor people who are shamed for not working hard enough, and I'll get them to vote for us. But that's not the problem. The problem is fucking people not working hard enough, and there's no amount of government that's ever going to fix that. I don't know anybody who's highly motivated that's not reasonably successful in this country. I don't know a person. I used to say it all the time. I go, I don't know a good carpenter that's ever out of a job. Who do you know?
Yeah.
Who do you know that's good at their job that's ever out of a job? All right. Let's see. Yeah, he wants to tax the rich, and then I know it. My mom is one of the dumb, lazy people, and she thought up until her death that rich people don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
That's what she does. But does she really think that, or is she just ashamed for not contributing, and it makes it easier to point at somebody else? Here's Mandami. He's going to get rich people to pay. By the way, 1% pays 40% of the taxes in Manhattan.
Yeah.
When I ran for mayor, I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing the rich. I'm thrilled to announce we've secured a pied-à-terre tax, the first in New York history. This is an annual fee on luxury properties.
All right, listen, I can just tell you as a rich guy, there's all taxes. It's just taxes. It's not nonstop taxes. And it's kind of it's an interesting grift. It's the same grift that they've done with dumb people of white cops shooting unarmed black people and executing them like racist cops. It doesn't happen. You guys made it up. It really doesn't exist. You've created something that doesn't exist and turned it into a thing. People think rich guys got to start paying their fair share. It's not going to help the poor people. Poor people need to be told rich people are not your fucking problem. They're job creators. Your job is to get a job, and then one day you can be a job creator.
Yeah. Well, as a guy who stays exclusively at the poor white guy facility on the road, I try to tell people that. I was in the gym this weekend, since you're right, it's empty. And while I'm in there, I'm staring outside into the courtyard, and it is just people smoking, drinking Monster Energy drinks.
Yes.
I was like, it's 11 a.m. What are you guys doing here?
Yes. There is a lot the other thing is there's a lot more addiction. There's a lot more cigarettes. There's a lot more alcohol. There's a lot more food addiction. There's like a lot more of that. You don't see it in the rich, whitey hotels. And yeah, that's how I grew up. But just fuck. And by the way, everyone's a little bit of a grifter, like trying to figure out a way to scam and get some free shit.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, poor, not proud.
Yeah.
Simply Safe. Well, traditional home security. Well, they have expensive monthly fees. That's how they get you. Multi-year contracts and confusing hardware, and that's why I use Simply Safe instead. You can customize the system on their website and have it at your house in days. It's not just cameras. It's an entire ecosystem of sensors. No lock-in or hidden cancellation fees. Simply Safe earns your business by keeping you safe, not trapping you in long-term contracts. And they were named America's Best Customer Service by Newsweek. That's Simply Safe with 2 I's. Use the product that I use, and they're a great sponsor. Simply Safe, right, Dawson?
We want you to experience the same peace of mind we do, which is why we've partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/Adam. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Adam. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Safe.com/Adam. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
We're coming at you with everything we got.
This is the mindset. Free. This is the mantra. Free. This is the mindset. With movies like Pineapple Express, the entire Star Trek film franchise, and Gladiator, and TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts, Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
What do we got in the news?
Well, here we go. Let's start it off with Gavin Newsom. California Governor Gavin Newsom's Political Action Committee spent more than $1.5 million buying thousands of copies of his new memoir, accounting for about 2/3 of all copies sold nationwide, according to campaign finance filings. The PAC spending helped propel Newsom's memoir, Young Man in a Hurry, onto the New York Times bestseller list and is raising new scrutiny as his national profile builds ahead of a possible 2028 presidential run.
Yeah, man. But he's just here to do what's right. He's so damn tired of people taking stuff, and he's going to fix that stuff.
Yeah.
He's here to do the damn right thing, man. That's all. That's his why and his if. He knows his if. He knows his why. He knows his theirs. And he's looking to do the right thing. He's trying to help people with stuff by buying books and then taking money, laundering it to the publisher so he can get a sweet advance on his book deal.
You know what's funny? Because obviously now they have all of these books just sitting around, and they thought, well, what the hell are we going to do with these things? So they sent them out to people that donated to his campaign. And it reminded me of when we all bought Apple phones, and then the U2 album was on there. And you went, well, what the hell, man? I didn't want this. Now you're going.
Especially them.
Oh, awful.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna fight injustice, man. That's his thing, and move units of his own book. That's what he's into. It's not really his fault. It's the people that vote. It's the people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, hero.
Representative Ilhan Omar says she and her husband aren't secretly sitting on millions despite what her financial paperwork seemed to show, blaming an accounting error for the confusion. Omar's 2024 financial disclosure, not a tax return, listed her and her husband's assets somewhere between $6 million and $30 million. That's a huge jump from the previous year that raised many eyebrows online.
So she says some people did some things. That's her thing. That's 9/11.
Yeah. So what's funny is when she, into her calculations, she's actually worth somewhere between $18,000 and $95,000, which means by her calculations, me, Dawson, and Andrew are all wealthier than Ilhan Omar.
I would assume she's lying about everything all the time. But listen, the Democrats have painted themselves into a corner. They are the party of poor people, and they're the party of trying to take down rich people, except for they all want to be rich too and are. So now there's an issue because Trump being rich doesn't bother anyone who votes for Trump. Bernie Sanders having 3 homes and being a millionaire may bother. Optically, may not look good. You know what I mean? Like one of them, if you're a preacher and you go, a man shouldn't lay down with another man, that's fine. But once you get caught in the bathroom at the airport, now there's an issue.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want and do whatever I want because I don't pretend to know or pretend to care. So you guys are all the no king millionaires, and you're always the poor but proud millionaire people. So now there's an issue. You know, everybody is rich. Everyone is striving to get richer. Everyone is working the system and getting their husbands' jobs, and Nancy Pelosi and her tax, her stock market tips and everything, and simultaneously having to pretend to be poor and sort of downtrodden and for the downtrodden. So it's a bit of a battle, and that's why Bernie Sanders switched it from millionaires to billionaires just in the last 10 minutes because somebody tapped him on the shoulder and explained that he was also a millionaire. The greatest tape of this ever, I don't even know if we can find this, Dawson, but years and years ago, it was Howard Stern talking to Michael Mohr. And Michael Mohr's worth $50 million or so. He sold a lot of documentaries and made a lot of money. That's Michael Mohr. But Michael Mohr has to dress like an out-of-work lesbian trucker so people don't think he has money because he rails against people with money. That's all he does.
Yeah.
So you can't be a guy with money and rail. Now, my thing is yes, you can. You can be wildly successful and still rail against anybody you want. That just means you're successful. But he can't do it. So one day, he was on Stern. It was, God, at least 10 years ago, probably more. And Stern, doing what he does, he was just like, well, you're a millionaire, right? Oh, no.
You were talking about this back in 06, so it was a while.
I don't think it was that far back, but maybe it was a long time ago. But Michael Mohr, by the way, net worth was $50 million at the time. It's like, wow, no. But you're a millionaire, right? And he goes, no. And he goes, Stern keeps drilling down. And he goes, but you're worth $1 million. Are you not worth $1 million? And he goes, maybe with the house. All right. So what's he doing? He's lying because he wants to rail against rich people and he doesn't want you to know he's rich.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Well, much like seeing somebody that is your same nationality in a movie or on TV, they have to be able to, the people that are ingesting this content have to look at the people putting it out and go, you know what? One day I can also be worth $50 million and lie my ass off to people.
Yes.
So it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
So speaking of Democrats, James Carville previews what is in store for Democrats if they retake power and says that they should just keep their plans quiet.
He's gone insane.
Yeah.
The Democrats win the presidency in both houses of Congress. I think on day one, they should make Puerto Rico, D.C. a state, and they should expand the Supreme Court to 13. Fuck it, eat our dust. They've done everything they could. They held up the 2000 election. They stole it. They've stolen Supreme Court seats. They've gerrymandered everything that you can. And the only way to fight this is don't run on it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Just, okay, we got 54 senators and we got 13 court members. Thank you. Goodbye. Because you're not going to get a fair shake any kind of way in this system. 18% of the United States elects 52 senators. Well, you're not going to make it equitable, but you'll make it better by adding Puerto Rico and D.C. The Democrats win.
Not even hiding it.
Well, here's the thing. If I thought it was a good outcome, then I'd be for it. Like, my thing is like, I don't have an inherent problem with, let's say, there's two systems, right? You got Democrat and Republican, but you also have metric and standard. I don't have a built-in bias or a problem with SAE American standard stuff, 3/8 wrenches versus 10-millimeter wrenches or something. Metric is a little better.
Yeah.
It's a better system if you're a mechanic because the reason it's a better system is because if you have a 5/8, if you have like a 5/8 socket and it's a little too small, a little too big, then someone will go, you want to go to 1/2 inch or the 9/16. But
Math.
you have to think. But metric, if you got a 12 millimeter socket and it's like a little too big, you just get an 11. You just go, and that's too big, you go with a 10.
Yeah, real men keep both, by the way. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
it's an easier life. But here's my whole point. They both work. Use the standard stuff on the Chevys, and use the metric shit on the Nissans, and fine. And I don't have an inherent problem with Democrats or Democratic policy, except for it's a shit show and it ruins states and cities. The old version, Bill Clinton, 1997, whatever, fine. It's fine. I don't my thing is I'm not against Democrats for the sake of being against Democrats. I just see what their cities turn into, and it turns into a shit show. So if it was the difference between standard and metric, I just go, I don't know, flip a coin. Well, I'll go standard or I'll go metric, because they're both pretty effective and they both work about the same way. This is not that. I live in Los Angeles. You guys fucked it up badly, and you want to keep going that way. So I don't know. And what's Carville want? That's the other thing too. I just want fucking lower taxes and a border. That's all. And in school choice. Why is that bad? And by the way, if that's what you guys wanted, then it'd be fine. But everything's drag queen story hour and defund the police and hand out needles in the Mission District.
Yeah, and they always talk about the system. Oh, it's the system. It's like, well, that system also made you wealthy. What are you talking about? So, yeah. All right. One more here. So White House Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, said Friday the Trump administration is working with the FBI and other federal agencies to review a growing number of cases involving American scientists who have gone missing or died, to determine whether any of these cases might be connected. In light of the recent and legitimate questions about these troubling cases, the president's commitment is to the truth. The White House is actively working with all relevant agencies and the FBI to review all of these cases together and identify any potential commonalities that may exist.
The thing that's crazy about a couple of them are, this guy just went out for a walk with nothing but a handgun and never came back. And the other, there's another one who just went for a walk with nothing but a handgun and never came back. I'm not sure how the handgun factors in on the walk. Some people do that, but these are science. They aren't ranchers.
Yeah.
So something seems like somebody knew somebody was in peril or something. Whatever it is, I'm just going to go something China. That's about all I got on this one. And I'll just assume something China until we hear otherwise.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because some of these, none of these people really worked with each other, but there are some of these scientists that worked in with UFOs. And it was other branches of the government where they were working in separate parts of the country, did not know each other, but kind of working on the same thing. Which is wild. And even one of these cases where a woman went missing back in 2022, they're now adding that into the mix too, thinking that this may have gone back a few years.
One guy just got shot on his porch, but that was L.A., so it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Probably just his fault for sitting on his porch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird one. What do you got there, Andrew? Took off with the gun? Oh, he's gunned down. Where was that guy gunned down? I can't read it.
Yeah, the front porch of his home in, my eyes are so bad I can't read that either.
Oh, Antelope Valley, California. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems, look, here's the thing. All this stuff that I would always poo-poo, Kennedy assassination or the Twin Towers or did we land on the moon or what, after COVID, it's all on the table for me. After all these guys lying and colluding and big tech and politics and all the bullshit, I'm now big pharma and everything. It's all in the realm of possibilities for me now. All right. So something I wanted to talk about, which was the Phil's Pride coffee flag, Scott Wiener. Things ready to go. Here's all this guy's, what is Scott Wiener? Is a representative from California?
So, and he's running for senator.
Oh, he's running for senator. All right. Here's my whole thing. I don't care, good or bad, about the gay community. I don't want people elected who look out for the gay community or the black community or the Armenian community. I just want people who are elected who do a good job. That's all. These assholes spend their whole day at the gay pride thing and announcing, they're going to take the sign down so you can cruise on Hyperion and Silver Lake and whatever. Phil's Coffee, this guy, we talked about this asswipe like last week, said they're just going to take down all the gay flags. Taking down the gay flag is sort of like taking down a flag for a professional football team. It doesn't mean you're against football or professional football. It just means this is a place where Raiders fans and Steelers fans and Ravens fans are all welcome. We don't need to declare a team.
Yeah.
Just anyone can come in here who likes football or not.
It's why it's called a sports bar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got an S on the end.
I'm sorry, not running for Senate, running for re-election.
Running for re-election. All right. But he's obsessed with cock, this guy. And so everything he does is sort of cock-related. And again, just fucking run and do a good job for your city. But here he is. He's got to cut a video and celebrate now because Phil's Coffee caved to him and his homo-Nazi constituency, and now they have to put the things back. And this is a big deal for him, not crime or potholes or poverty. This.
Phil's just announced that the pride flags are going back into Phil's locations. This is a huge win for the community.
It's a big win for the community.
Huge thanks to all of the Phil's baristas who advocated and who fought for our community.
Music bed. It's a big win. He's standing, he's waving the gay flag. He's going into Phil's. He's waving his gay flag again.
Thank you.
Just suck dick on your own time and then make good fucking policy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can also tell like the homeless people and the potholes out in front of that Phil's location are not being taken care of. But we got that goddamn flag put up.
Jesus Christ. You assholes vote for these fucking dicks. By the way, he was the same guy, Nick Shirley.
Yeah.
Nick Shirley got hold of him. So everyone who signed the anti-Nick Shirley Act who doesn't want fraud uncovered, you can call it whatever you want. They don't like guys like Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley went to go confront all these people, which is a great video. None of them would talk to him, which, again, it's a weird thing. Like if I'm just walking down the street and Nick Shirley goes, "Hey, Adam Carolla, I hear you hate red turn arrows," I will stop and go, "Yes, I do." and here's, do you have an hour? Because let me explain.
Yeah.
But you can go back. He sees Scott Wiener and wants to ask him why he signed off on this Stop Nick Shirley Act. And here's his answer. Here's Scott.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
I think you're a psycho scam artist.
It's a scam artist. It's a scam art. He's the scam artist, and he's a psycho.
Yeah, he's the guy that is uncovering all the scam artists. Why is this guy getting his?
Why is Scott Wiener angry at the guy that's uncovering fraud when he works for the government?
Yeah, well, because Nick Shirley is on the side of the right, and anybody who's on the side of the right, regardless of what they are doing, whether it be good or bad, they are going to have a problem with him.
Yes, that's what it is, but you're not supposed to wear it on your sleeve that way. You're supposed to pretend like you don't like fraud either, not declare war on the people. And by the way, nobody he tried to talk to had 10 seconds for him. Don't you think that politicians should be obliged to answer some fucking questions? Like they just blow past everyone and slam the door behind them and their security pushes them out? Like, you're lawmakers. You're making policy. Tell us why. This is the guy you don't want doing what he's doing. Now, sit down and explain to us and to him why you're against him doing what he's doing, which is awesome. So, I don't know. So my whole point is, if this was metric versus standard, I wouldn't care, Carville. But this ain't. Yeah. We're not living. We're dealing with fucking Uber nut jobs like this Scott Wiener, and then folks that are in a bizarre position of defending fraudsters and attacking people that uncover fraud. Just like you guys got bent in a pretzel you now protect illegal felons who commit drugs and crime and human trafficking. You now have to protect them and fraudsters because Trump doesn't want either one of those guys. Mm-hmm. So you got fooled into this. I'm sorry. Do we have a clip of this, or are we just playing it? Sorry.
Hey, can you give us your opinion? Thank you very much. Can you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist. So
you think please disclose how you think that. Look how they just run away. Sorry. These guys are fools.
Stop and tell them why it's a necessary bill. And by the way, they always do this safety shit. I told you guys they hide behind safety for everything all the time. It's a lie. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Friday, Saturday. Oh, Vegas. Are you going to be out in Vegas?
I will not be in Vegas with you this time, but I will be coming up later this summer.
May 8th and 9th over at Kimmel's Club, and then Covina on the 14th at the Laugh Factory. Doing a live pod there. Also, let's see. Friday, May 15th, Visalia, California, Fox Theater. Huh? Saturday, 16th. Modesto. Oh, I didn't know that. Another theater. Just go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. What do you got, Rudy?
This Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be in Chicago. Zany's downtown on Wednesday, Rosemont on Thursday, and then this weekend, Arlington, Texas, from Friday through Sunday.
Rosemont's a fun
club,
isn't it
great?
I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, till next time. Adam Carolla for Rudy Povich and Jay Mohr saying mahalo.